Morning, everybody. It is Tuesday morning. It is 10 a.m. I think it's 10 a.m. It's 10 a.m. My watch isn't working. I think it's 10 a.m. And it's another week of live maths. Before we start, I'd really like to see who is online. So if you can put in the text box who is online, I will give you a shout out and we'll get on with the rest of the lesson. So write your name in the text box and I'll shout you out. So I know Jojo's in. Morning, Jojo. Morning, Khadija. Morning, Sahil. Morning, Lydia. Who else we got? Morning, Tabor. Morning, Vin. Morning, Yassine. Morning, Dowd. Who else we got? Morning, Amani. Morning, Tegan. Morning, Richedza. Morning, Issa. Who else? Anybody else? Morning, TC. Morning, Alina. Think that's everybody so far. Morning, Hamayan. And I think that's everybody. I want to say thank you. It's 10:01. Oh, Maureen's here too. Morning, Maureen. And Salad. I wanted to say thank you. I know that this is getting tougher and tougher to motivate yourself. Morning, Halo. Tougher and tougher to motivate yourself to get up in the morning and to do the work and to send all the stuff that you send in. And it's brilliant because, morning, Sophia, it's brilliant because we get to see how much you care about doing stuff. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but when you're in school and we're there, you're forced to be there. Or I know you want to be there, but you're forced to be there, which means you've got to do the work that you set whilst you're there. We can't be at your house at the moment. Morning, Parisa. Morning, Fies. We can't be at your house. Morning, Hilset. Because obviously there's lockdown and that's fine, and you can't be at school. But what's lovely to see is you're coming online and you're doing the work at home. You're sending it to us, and we're getting to see the fact that you actually are dedicated. And what's really great is when you're in year 6, is at the beginning of year 6 you're all quite young-minded, and that's great. But by the end of year 6, you see yourself getting to the point where actually I'm a bit more motivated to do the work I've got to do because I'm growing up, and I know that when I go to high school, it's going to be a little bit tougher and a little bit more difficult. And what's been lovely to see, even though the lockdown has been horrible and we've not get to see our friends, is that there are still people who are dedicated to coming online and dedicated to doing the work. So I'm going to thank you for that because I think that's a massive thing. And I know a lot of you doing it without even being asked by your parents, which is even better. Okay. Morning, Zuleika. So I've got some exciting news today. So I can see you're probably on the edge of your seat, or probably not. Probably Darwin's probably fallen asleep twice. But I've got some exciting news. So this week I'm going to run a competition. Okay. So the competition is not about whether you get them all right. It's not about any of that. What this competition about is two things. First, morning, Arvin. First is you are going to put whatever effort you can in this week, and I'm going to reward something for the person who's put the most effort in. And then I am also, and you also have to make sure you've subscribed and liked the video. And then I'm going to award a prize to the person who has put the most effort in. Morning, Ella. Has put the most effort in, and also, and that's not just in maths, but in everything, also has subscribed and liked, okay? And you're going to win two things. One, you're going to win a certificate which says you're epic, just like me. And you're also going an all expenses paid trip to a desert island. Well, you're probably not going to win that. What you are going to really win is you're going to win a certificate, and you're going to win a signed copy of the book that I wrote, and Miss Lamb illustrated. Okay. So along with those two things, you're also going to get a special shout out video just to you. So only you will be able to see it, and only you will be able to share it with whoever else. And it will be a video from me and potentially a few other teachers just saying hello. Okay? But it's going to be based on your effort, and it's going to be based on how much you put in and whether you like and subscribe down below. Does that make sense? If that makes sense, put one thumb up on the chat. Morning, Charlie. And we will then get on with today's lesson, which is a super easy lesson to start the week. Make sure if you subscribe, you put a comment in the box below. If you like the lesson, put a comment in the box below. If you want to see something specific, put a comment in the box below. Or if I'm just absolutely epic, put a comment in the box below. So we understand where the comments go. Okay, let's get on with the lesson. Right, today's lesson, we're going to be doing something which is pretty simple. Okay, but it's important that you know because they come up fairly often in tests, and it's an easy few marks to be able to do this. So quite a lot of you will probably know how to do it, and that's absolutely fine. Your homework this week is also based, funnily enough, on this, so it's important that you know it. So today we're going to be doing converting improper fractions to fractions. Now, this is important because in tests you'll get something that says, David says that this fraction is greater than 1, prove it. Okay, so that'll be in a reasoning test. And in an arithmetic test, you'll get something like it says, David, it'll say 5 halves is equal to what in normal terms. Okay, so it's important we know to do this because if we can't do it, we can't answer quite a lot of questions. Just let me make that a little bit bigger. Okay, so converting improper fractions to mixed number fractions. Who can tell me on the chat what an improper fraction is? What is an improper fraction? And please don't put something that doesn't sound very mathematical. So remember, I want it to be mathematical because we're at that point where we need to be thinking mathematically about what we're writing, okay? So what is an improper fraction? So I quite like that. So I've got an example, Zuleika at 18/9, so that's a good example of it. I don't think I saw your description. Well done, Jojo, that's a really good description. So it's where the numerator is larger than the denominator. So the numerator is the top number and the denominator is the bottom number. So it's where the numerator is larger than the denominator. Now, in order for us to be able to do that, we're going to do something that we've been doing all of last week. So last week we talked about, screen's got very big. We talked about how the middle of a fraction means something. So who can tell me what the middle of a fraction means? What does that actually mean? Well done, Salad. Well done, Alina. Well done, Hamayan. Well done, Fies. Who else we got? Well done, Dowd. Well done, Jagir. I think that's you. Well done, Lydia. What does the middle? It means divide. Well done. So Khadija, Zuleika, Amane, and Vinster, and Dowd, and Elsa. We all know that the middle of a fraction means to divide. Okay, so it means to divide. So that's all we're going to do today. We're going to work on using our understanding of divide to help us work out improper fractions. So let's look at the first one. Our improper fraction is 20 fifths. 20 fifths. Now, if you find this easy, that's absolutely fine. For you, it's going to be practice, but 20 fifths. Now, if we see that it's 20 fifths, we can rewrite that calculation as what? What does 20 fifths mean as a calculation? How can we rewrite that calculation? Well done, Noreen. It's 20 divided by 5. So that means divide is 20 divided by 5. So we can use now our 5 times table to work out what 20 divided by 5 is. So we can do 5 10, 15, 20. 20 divided by 5, we know, equals 4. Now, what's really important, and well done, Kaimani, and morning, Kaimani, too. What's really important is not only that you can work that out, however, but you can show this as a pictorial image. So this is our numerical. This is in digital form, okay? But pictorially, it means that we can create a bar model. Now, bar models are important because actually, if we can understand how these work, we can create one and work either backwards or forwards using a bar model. So in this case, this one's pretty easy. Our bars all have 5. Why do our bars all have 5? Why do our bars all have 5? Morning Abra, morning Abu. Why do our bars on the screen all have 5? What's the reason they all have 5? Well, it's not that. That's not the reason, Parisa. But why? It's something to do with the fraction itself. Why do all our bars have 5? Well done, Dowd. It's because the denominator is 5, which means that we've got pies or bars or whatever you want to call them, which are broken into sections, equal sections of 5. So we've got 4 bars of 5. Okay. Now, if I was to colour these bars in, that's 1/5. Okay. But actually, if I was to colour them in bar by bar, that's 1, because it's 5 over 5. 2, because that's another 5 over 5, so we've got 2 bars. 3, which is another 5 over 5. And 4, which is another 5 over 5. So our bar model, because it's a nice, lovely, equal number, we've got 20 divided by 5 equals 4, would look like this. Okay, so this is fairly easy. It's not too difficult because we've got a beautiful number 20 that divides equally into 5. 20 divided by 5 equals 4. However, they're not likely to be that lovely to you on a test. What they're more likely to do is to give you a fraction that doesn't equally go in. So let's look at this one. If I've got 13 thirds, what is the calculation that I'm going to rewrite first? So I'm going to rewrite this calculation. What am I going to write it as first? 13 thirds is what as a calculation? Thirteen thirds is, well done Zleika, 13 divided by 3. Well done Khadija. Well done Sophia. Well done Sahil, Elsie, Amani. I've got Khadija already. And Noreen, Tisi. And Parisa. And Faiz. And Jagir. And Vinay. Yep, it's 13 divided by 3. So I've got my 13 divided by 3. Okay. And then I'm going to work that out. So I'm going to put 3, 6, 9, 12. Well, 3, 6, 9, 12 gets me to 4. And it leaves me 1 left over. Now, the important thing here is the 1 that's left over goes over our original denominator. So we have our 4 wholes, and we have 1 over our original denominator. So our original denominator is 3, and we put a 1 over the top, which gives us 1/3. Okay. So 4 and 1/3. Now what that looks like in pictorial form, okay, is I've got a few bar models there with 3 in them. What's the reason I have 3 equal parts to my bar model? Well done Amani and Abra and Abu. So what's the reason I have 3 equal parts to each of my bar models? Well done, the denominator is 3, okay? So I've got equal parts, but actually, if you count how many equal parts there are in all of my bar models, there are 15. Why is that? Why have I drawn enough bar models for 15? What's the reason for that? Well done, T. Well done, Ella. Well done, Salad. So the reason I've drawn 15 is because if I use my 3 times table, okay, I know that 3 times 4 equals 12, but I've got more than 12, but less than 15. Okay, so I've drawn myself 5 bar models because I've estimated that actually it's going to be more than 15, more than 12. So I look at mine and I say, well, this is 1/3. So if I was to fill them in, and I'm doing 13, I'd do 3, 6, 9, 12, and 13. So if I was now to count those bar models up, I can see that I've got 1 hole, 2 holes, 3 holes, 4 holes, and 1/3. And that matches my original total. Okay. Now it's important that you get this bar model because as part of your work this week, you are going to have to draw bar models relating to the calculations you are doing. We're going to look at one last one. I said it's a nice, easy lesson to start the week. We're going to look at one last one. And we're going to work through this one together, and then I'm going to let you have a go on your own. And your homework for today, your work that you've got to do from home today, is converting improper fractions to mixed number fractions. Okay? So we're going to look at this one. Before I start, if I was to draw a bar model for this fraction, how much would the bar model, how many equal parts would the bar model have? How many equal parts would a bar model have? So if I was to draw a bar model, how many would it have? Yes, well done, Zuleika. It would have 6 equal parts. And why is that? Why would I have 6 equal parts? Why would each of my bar models have 6 equal parts? Well done, Vinay. Well done, Dowd. Well done, Sahil. Why would it have 6 equal parts? Well done, Faiz. Sophia, Elsie, Abs. Well done, Amane and Dowd and Zuleika, because the denominator on my original fraction, my improper fraction, is 6. Okay. So if I rewrite this, it's going to be 27 divided by 6. I'm going to use my 6 times table and see how many times 6 goes into 27. So 6, 12, 18, 24. But that leaves me 3 more to get to 27. So I've got 4 times 6 and 3 more gets me to 27. That means I can rewrite this as 4 wholes and 3 over my original denominator of 6. So I've got 4 and 3 6. But we're going to look at this a little bit more, okay? Because actually I'm going to draw a bar model again. So I'm going to draw myself 5 different bars of 6. And I'm going to colour in my first one to represent 1 6. Because actually, so far you're all right. 4 and 3 6 is right, okay? But let's colour it in and see if we notice anything more. So I'm going to colour in 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3, 6. What do we notice about our bar model that we maybe didn't notice about our mixed number fraction? Well done, Abu. Well done, Elsa. So I want you to look at the last bar model, the one that's got 3, 6 filled in. What fraction does that represent, just that one bar model? What does that represent? Just that one singular bar model, what fraction does that represent? Yeah, Vinny, there's 3 yellow and there's 3 blue. So what is it that represents? Well done, Noreen. Yeah, that's right. 3 and 5's well done. 3 6 represents 1/2 because 3 is half of 6. So if I divided 6 by 3, it would give me 2. Okay. Well done, Khadija. Well done, Elsie. And well done, Jojo and Amani and Tabor. So actually, when I'm writing it, I want you to draw a bar model to see if you can represent that last part of the fraction. Well done, Charlie and Boo and Vinny. Represent that fraction in a different context. Or if you can simplify the fractions down to their lowest amount. Okay. So just to recap today, you are going to look at the fraction and rewrite the fraction as a calculation using the division sign. Okay. Then you are going to use your understanding of multiplication to work out how many times the smaller number goes into the larger number. Once you've done that, you're going to write your whole number first. So in our case, in this, we wrote 4 first. Then you're going to write the denominator with the remaining amount above the denominator to make our mixed number fraction. Once you've done that, I want you to have a go at picking 3 different mixed number fractions and draw me a bar model to represent that. Okay? I think today's lesson is a lovely lesson to start the week. It's because we've done quite a lot on dividing and what fractions mean. It means that you've got a good understanding now of how to divide to find the answer in a fraction. Okay. I'm going to move on to the next screen, and the next screen is the screen for which ones I want you to do. Remember to like and subscribe and comment below, and also send me your work via Dojo. I'm going to put this on for a few minutes so that you've got the new screen. Write down the ones you're going to do. Same as usual, you are going to do either 1 and 3, 2 and 3, or 1 and 2. And write all 6 down and send me your answers on Class Dojo. And I will be back in a few minutes to say goodbye and put the last screen on. Okay, so you should have wrote them down by now. If you haven't, you can pause the video straight after this. I think it comes up about 10 minutes after. You can pause the video and you can go back over it. If you're not 100% sure and you feel like you need to check your understanding, please watch the video again. Um, Thank you once again. Don't forget the little competition that we've got running this week for you to win an all expenses paid trip up your stairs and back down again. That's not what it is, but to get a signed book from me and a certificate for live lesson learner of the week. Oh, I like that. I think I've just come up with that in my head. Um, it's all about effort. It's not about whether you get them right or wrong. It's about how much effort you put in to achieve the best you can. Okay. So I'm going to go now, and I hope you have a beautiful day. It is sunny outside, but it is breezy. I went out just to put my bins out and was hit by a flying piece of paper in the face. It wasn't the best look and my best moment in life. Okay, so have a great day. I'm going to put the last questions on now, which are our normal challenges. So have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. in the morning with another lesson. Take care, everybody. Have a brilliant day today. And don't forget to check out the school assembly. See you later, Fies. I'm going to leave the chat running for now and see you soon.